Are you video? I did not. Are you guys doing audio?
Thanks everybody for tuning in this morning. We're coming to you live from the Tennessee Aquarium's Tennessee River exhibit. This is in the River Journey building, beautiful downtown Chattanooga. Glad to have you watching on this Monday, October 5th. We're celebrating ODDtober at the Tennessee Aquarium. Right now you're watching two of our volunteer scuba divers carving jack-o'-lanterns underwater. We would love to know where you're watching from, so give us a shout out, tell us who's watching, and tell us where you're watching from. Tennessee Aquarium is celebrating the Year of the Turtle, so our scuba divers are dressed up as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Got Raphael and Donatello in there, carving jack-o'-lanterns. We'll see what they come up with here. One of the things that's particularly challenging with carving pumpkins underwater is the fact that pumpkins are buoyant. So you'll notice that our scuba divers are using dive weights to actually help keep the pumpkins down at scuba diver level, otherwise they would float away. And in the foreground of this picture, you'll note that they have a mesh bag where they're keeping a lot of the pumpkin cutouts, the pieces that they're cutting out of the jack-o'-lantern, in those mesh bags for the time being. Sharon, thank you for watching from Montgomery, Alabama. Let us know where you're watching from. Again, the Tennessee Aquarium is celebrating ODDtober throughout the month of October. We've got a fun scavenger hunt set up through both of our aquarium buildings where you can learn more about some of the fascinating creatures here at the Tennessee Aquarium. We realize we're coming to you at a time when a lot of students would be in school, but we chose this time because we're trying to be careful with our programs. We don't want to create a situation where a lot of people would gather together, but we wanted to provide this opportunity for folks to be able to see this and to celebrate the season with our volunteer scuba divers. So you might want to come back to our Facebook page later in the day, perhaps when the kiddos come back from school, or maybe just before you carve your pumpkins, and see how much fun it is to carve pumpkins at home, but then imagine how challenging it would be to carve pumpkins underwater. If you have any questions for us this morning, we'll try to answer those as best we can. You'll notice that the lake sturgeon are being particularly frisky this morning. They're hoping to get a little snack from these scuba divers. When our volunteer divers are in this particular exhibit, they're usually doing one of two things. They're either cleaning the exhibit or feeding the animals. And today will be a feeding day. Looks like we've got one pumpkin that's just finished. And we've got another one that's still underway. But later today, our divers will be feeding this exhibit, and you can tell that the fish are a little bit on the hungry side today. Deep of the water is about 8 feet right there, 6 feet. The water where the scuba divers are currently located is about 6.5 to 7 feet deep. The deepest portion of this tank is right at about 30 feet deep. That's on the other side. For those folks who have visited the Tennessee Aquarium, you come through the Tennessee River Gallery where you see several different exhibits, and then as you go into the canyon side, you get that 3-story look at the other side. And there we go. We have the completed pumpkins, the jack-o'-lanterns for 2020. And on the left, we've got a very whimsical pumpkin, and on the right, we have a pumpkin fish. Two volunteer scuba divers. We have on our left, who do we have here, Connie?
Kelly?
Kelly is on the left, and on our right
Murray.
is Murray. Kelly and Murray are our volunteer scuba divers today. We thank them so much for participating in the annual underwater pumpkin carving contest. A couple of fantastic jack-o'-lanterns. We're going to take this off the tripod here and move in just a little bit closer so you can get a better view. of these pumpkins for this year. Again, Kelly on the left and Murray on the right. We thank both of them. And if you're looking for design inspiration, we've got a couple of good ideas here. We're going to move this mesh bag, which, by the way, has all those floating bits of pumpkin. It would be okay if the fish ate the pumpkin, but we want to make sure that it doesn't get stuck in any filtration system and cause us problems. So all of this is nutritious. It's good for the fish if they happen to eat it. But if you're looking for some design inspiration, you don't have to carve them underwater, but you can carve them just like our volunteer scuba divers did here today. And all of the fish want to give those pumpkins a kiss this morning. And I think our volunteer scuba divers once again did a fantastic job with today's underwater pumpkin carving. You can use your clap emoji to give them a round of applause. I'll sit here for a couple more minutes in case anybody has any questions. Here's one of our turtles swimming past our two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costume divers. Again, we're coming to you from the Tennessee River Gallery inside the River Journey building at the Tennessee Aquarium in downtown Chattanooga, celebrating ODDtober with all kinds of fun things. We've got a fun scavenger hunt and all kinds of Facebook Live events. We've got it posted on our website. If you go to our ODDtober page, you'll see all the programs that are scheduled for this month. We hope you'll join us during the month for some of these Facebook Live activities to find out about the weird and wonderful side of nature, some of the cool adaptations that animals have that help them survive in the wild. And this sturgeon in particular has been very curious today and has been coming right up to make sure he was supervising the underwater pumpkin carving. We think that he's pretty pleased with the two designs that they came up with. Perhaps the one on the right, the fish, is his favorite. If you'll let us know in the comments section which one is your favorite, we'd appreciate that. And we'd also appreciate if anybody is kind enough to click on the Donate Now button and contribute to the Aquarium's Emergency Operations Fund. We'd really appreciate that as well. Great way to start the month of October. We thank you once again for joining us. We hope that you'll join us for some of our other fun Facebook Live events that we have planned for the rest of the month. You can see that on our website, tnaqua.org, tnaqua.org. And Dustin, Deirdre, everybody. Gene Kelly, thank you for donating to the Aquarium's Emergency Operations Fund. We appreciate that. Leandra and David, thank you for watching. Let us know where you're watching from. Again, we're live here in the River Journey building where the volunteer divers have just finished carving two jack-o'-lanterns. This is always a fun time for us here during the month of October, and we hope that you enjoy it as well. And thank you, Allie, for giving the emoji applause to our volunteer scuba divers for their great work. We have so many volunteer scuba divers that perform great work for the aquarium throughout the year. They maintain a lot of the exhibits by getting in there, cleaning the exhibits, making sure they look spiffy for everybody visiting. But they also feed the animals here in the River Journey building, both in the Tennessee River Gallery and also over in our River Giants exhibit. So today, later on, they'll be making another dive in this exhibit, and they'll be feeding the animals. And tomorrow, they'll be in the River Giants exhibit. Mike, Michelle, thank you. Yeah, that does kind of look like a shark. Big dorsal fin on top. Give us a thumbs up if you would like to try your hand at carving pumpkins underwater someday. Or would you rather say, man, I'll let the professionals do that?
Professionals.
The professionals, yes. We'll leave underwater pumpkin carving to the professionals. Hey, thanks everybody for contributing to our Emergency Operations Fund by clicking on the Donate Now button. We appreciate that. You know, we've raised $65 this morning, and that is so fantastic. We appreciate all of you. And we hope that many of you, perhaps moms or grandmoms who are going to see the kids and the grandkids later on today, if they're already in school, click on our Facebook page later today to see this video in review and watch it with them, perhaps maybe before you carve your pumpkins. I've got a couple little ones that are excited about carving pumpkins this evening with me. And we'll take a look at this together and see how silly they think it is that somebody was carving pumpkins underwater. Repairing the dorsal fin here, this is using toothpicks. This is something you could do at home too. Get fancy with the cutouts. Maybe think about ways that you could adorn your pumpkin by using the toothpicks. It's a little bit more difficult underwater, as you can see, because all of these pieces float. That's right, pumpkins are buoyant. And so we've had to use dive weights inside the jack-o'-lanterns to make sure that they stay on the bottom. This is a great way to start your Monday. We appreciate you for joining us. We appreciate those who have contributed to our Emergency Operations Fund, and we thank you for watching. And we would invite you to check out the rest of our schedule of events for the rest of October on our Facebook page, also on our website. You can see the animals that we're going to be featuring. Guess what? Miguel Watson, the electric eel, is going to light up some jack-o'-lanterns here at the Tennessee Aquarium this year, much like he did with the Christmas tree during the winter. And so you're going to want to see that one and see how Miguel Watson lights up jack-o'-lanterns. And look at this very curious turtle. I wonder if he'll climb inside there. He's not too sure about it, but he is thinking about munching on the inside of that fish, I think. All right, again, we thank our volunteer scuba divers. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.